Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with your little Tucker and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your puppy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred's going to have him sit again. He went flying off after something. We're using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and Fred keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. He's going to come home with his very own training collars, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session with Amanda. Now, he is sitting very nicely now at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Tucker heel. At this point, he has a job to do, and that is to stay even with Fred's left leg while they walk. He shouldn't be dashing out, lunging out ahead of you. And each time that Fred stops his feet, you're going to see that he's been taught to sit automatically without being told and wait for his next command. So now when you're walking him, it should be a pleasure, and when you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, he should be sitting nicely at your left to wait for his next command. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. So with your dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm and the one-word firm command to stay. Your long sit stay when you're practicing at home is you're going to start out at about 20 seconds, and at 5-second intervals you're going to increase it to a full 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him, returning all the way back around to heel position. He gives him a pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. So far we're showing you the heel, the automatic sit, and the sit stay. And you're going to see that he works a little bit differently for everybody. I mean, for me, he's very upbeat and happy to be doing his exercises, but then he won't do the down commands. So it's just a matter of different trainers, different respect level. And there's your sit stay again. And again, you're going to lengthen that amount of time. You're going to watch your watch and just increase it. This is a good exercise for developing self-control. This time Fred's going to call him. This is the come on command. And he said, good boy, on the way in, and he petted him when he got there, because coming to you should always be a good thing, and we will demonstrate that come command again for you. So now you've seen the sit, the stay, the come, and the heel. Now you should be able to walk slowly like Fred is, but you should also be able to walk at a normal pace so that he is focusing more on you than what's around him, than what's on the ground and what's flying by. You want him focused on you during your heeling exercises. And Fred's going to call him again. And he returns all the way back to heel, and they take off heeling again. And believe it, this was not easy to teach him. Boston Terriers are like French Bulldogs. They're not bred to do obedience. And he's come a very long way for a young puppy in doing his obedience, and come an extremely long way in his house training. And Amanda will have paperwork for you and explain everything when she sees you tomorrow. Now this time we're going to do the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you're going to take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now your long down stays, typically the dog will hold for longer than the sit stay, so you can start this off at about 30 to 40 seconds, and you're going to work all the way up to 5 minutes. And you see how attentive he is right now. When Fred returns back to him again, he walks all the way around him. This is another thing that's not easy. And goes all the way back to where they started. So everything starts and stops at that heel position. So when you get back to your dog's shoulders, he expects to get another command. And we want you to be able to keep these exercises going with him, because Boston Terriers can be challenging, and we want him to be a good boy for you. Now Fred's going to show you again the down from a heel position. And it's blowing a gale out here. There's a lot of distractions. The leaves are flying by, and he's doing really well with this. This time Fred's going to call him out of this down. Have him sit. And then he's going to bring him back around, and we're going to show you our last exercise of the day, and that is the down from a distance. Now, he didn't sit, so you saw Fred give that little tug that we were talking about and said, no, sit. He leaves him in a sit-stay. Turns to face the dog. This is the only time that you're going to use your right hand to give the command. And Fred gives him the command to down, and he goes down very nicely. Now, we've demonstrated all the formal on-leash obedience commands. This video is so that you can practice at home. You can put it right up on your computer and practice and study it and watch it over and over again. Amanda will explain everything that we have done with house training and house potty training and going potty outside, and even the words that I've used to get him to go. So we have enjoyed having every second with him, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.